César, estamos esperando.
Yes. Does it sound good on your end? Mic check 1 2 3 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3. Is it good? Mic check 1 2 3 1 2 3. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Estaba esperando. Yeah. Yeah, everybody here.
All the MCs and speakers come forward. MCs and speakers come forward. Here. All the speakers here? Do you have all the speakers? Okay.
DACA, and we are here to proclaim that we are undocumented and unafraid. The attacks on the immigrant communities that we are facing are on the wrong side of history. My name is Wujong Diana Park, and I am one of 600,000 DACA recipients. Such a momentous occasion. Do we have any families here? Yes. Amazing. It makes me appreciate all the immigrant families out there, like my own family, who can't be here with us today. My own parents sacrificed their time and energy to run their nail salon, to provide, to love us unconditionally. Today, my parents are proud, not just of me, but proud of everyone here to continue the fight for a pathway to citizenship. Can I get a woo? Woo! I am here from Minkwon Center in New York and a part of the Nakasek Network. I arrived in the United States when I was a year old. I have resided in this country for over 20 years. I work as an immigrant justice organizer at the Minkwon Center for Community Action. I lead activities that include immigrants with temporary status like DACA, TPS, and asylum visas with a focus on APA communities. I collaborate with other coalition groups, advocacy efforts, including the NACA Network. I hope to bring my personal experience today as an immigrant to inspire and benefit other immigrants in our country. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We know this is a pivotal moment for our community. My name is Jax, and I'm here with the Texas Organizing Project. All of us are here in Houston because DACA must stay. Yeah. Texas is ground zero for some of the most conservative movements. Abbott's administration attacks on our reproductive rights, erasing our history from schools, and the investment of Operation Lone Star. Yet, our immigrant communities have stepped up and will continue fighting back. We have people here from all over the country, from Illinois to California, New York to Arizona, all the way here in the Deep South. We are here to demand that the United States not only maintains DACA, but recognizes the humanity of all 11 million documented immigrants and creates a pathway to citizenship for all. Yes! Yes! Thank you, NACA, ACAD, GASA, CPD, Community Change, Sherla, Fiel Houston, Hamke Center, HANA Center, ILRC, Make the Road New York, Make the Road Nevada, Ming Kwan Center, Texas Organizing Project, Worry Center, and Worry Juntos for gathering us all together. I'm proud to introduce our first speaker from Make the Road New York, Valentina Batalla Vidal, who is also a Texas lawsuit plaintiff with DACA. Now, if you could guys...
How we doing today? ¿Se puede? ¿Se puede? That's good. Good afternoon. My name is Valentina Batalla Vidal. I'm a DACA recipient, and I'm also one of the plaintiffs in the Batalla Vidal lawsuit. I'm also part of Make the Road New York. For too long, multiple lawsuits marching through the streets and making our voices heard, we have been fighting to keep DACA alive. DACA has being in front of the court to protect DACA is nothing new to me. So as we find ourselves outside of the court once again, our message remains clear. We must protect DACA because DACA is legal and right. Even though DACA only provides temporary protection for those who are eligible, it has been a lifeline to hundreds of thousands of people like myself. I have lived in the U.S. since I was 4 years old. DACA has allowed me to return to college and pursue my dreams both personally and professionally. It has also allowed me to come out the shadows. I'm also part of the LGBT community, and I feel like without DACA, it would not be possible. Let's not forget that hearing today is a result of a cruel and deliberate attack on DACA recipients and our immigration communities. While we've been fighting to keep the program alive, we also have been fighting for a pathway to citizenship, not only for DACA holders like myself, but our parents, which from the beginning, I'm always saying that our parents are the original dreamers. Because they had a dream, that's what we hear. So ellos son los soñadores, los verdaderos soñadores. We know that DACA is not permanent. It's not a permanent solution. And while we continue to fight for Congress to deliver a path to citizenship, we are here to tell Judge Hannon to do the right thing. DACA is legal and it should continue. Yeah. Thank you.
our beautiful and diverse undocumented community. The voices here today represent the power of the immigrant community that for centuries has built this country and geared its direction towards a more democratic and compassionate direction so that there is justice and liberation for all. Next, we will hear from Jamie Saw from Moody Center in Pennsylvania.
Hi, my name is Jamie and I'm here at Moody Center in Aquasec. So I'm undocumented without DACA because Judge Hayden's ruling in 2021. I applied to DACA when I was 16, but when Judge Hayden got DACA wrong in 2021, all new applications were put on hold, including mine. Now I'm a senior in high school and I'm worried about my future. I'm here to show Judge Hayden that we're all real people. We're tired. We're always constantly in survival mode, and we just want our basic human rights that we all deserve.
That's right!
When I joined Moody Center in Aquasec, I found mentors who are undocumented and have been fighting for decades. And is this how it's going to be? Well, I'm grateful for their support. I don't want to be someone else's mentor. I don't want to see younger generations go through what I'm going through.
Right!
After all these years, the immigration system is still broken. President Biden, you promised to fix this system, and instead you're forcing it by listening to all the racists and xenophobes in Congress.
Right!
Congressman Biden, we need you to represent everyone in the United States, including immigrants and migrants. The registry bill in Congress right now is the solution we need. It would grant a pathway to citizenship for millions of our children and elders. Congressman Biden, what is taking so long? We should have had this decades ago. To my immigrant brothers and sisters, look around. We're all here, so we need to stay together and not let them tear us apart. We must be good ancestors so our children and grandchildren do not have to live in fear like we do now. We need to update the registry bill now.
Thank you for sharing your story, Jamie. While DACA provides relief for hundreds of thousands, there are 11 million undocumented immigrants who need relief and permanent protection. Joining us now is Damaris Gonzalez from Texas Organizing Project. Give it up!
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here in the company of allies and fellow DACA recipients who know that our communities deserve so much better. My name is Damaris Gonzalez, and I am a community organizer with Texas Organizing Project. And I stand before you today as a DACA recipient. All around of us in this rally space is love, hope, and promise for a better tomorrow. We are all at different stages in our lives with so much to share. What binds us is how we all know our worth, and we are tired of reactionary elected officials who year after year demonize us and our families. Since DACA's inception just over a decade ago, far-right politicians have launched attack after attack against not just the program, but the basic humanity of recipients themselves. It is frustrating to have to fight constantly for the right to be accepted in a country we call home. Well, I am here to say that we will not let their hate and insecurities diminish us. DACA is extremely personal to me. I am in no way exaggerating when I say it's a matter of life and death for many. The program has provided me with a layer of stability, and as I support my family and continue to organize in my city to protect my family and my community from deportations. Needless to say, Judge Hannon must recognize the thousands of lives that hang in the balance as he processes today's oral arguments. I am keeping my head held high because I know better things are on the horizon for all of us. We will continue to grow and flourish. We will continue to organize. We will fight, and we will win, and we will rise. Thank you.
Thank you, Damaris, for your powerful testimony. We are here to remind Judge Hayden that DACA must stay and to represent the hundreds of thousands of lives he is deciding on. Our immigrant communities need permanent solutions, not breadcrumbs and permission slips, not detention, deportations, or being forcibly separated from our families. We have been fighting for basic dignity and rights for far too long, with too little action from the White House and Congress. We must know firsthand that without legislation and permanent solutions, our communities will continue to be at risk. Please show your support for Maritza with Churla.
Buenas tardes todos, good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. My name is Maritza Gutierrez Ramos, mi nombre es Maritza y estoy aquí representando a Chirla. Soy una beneficiaria de DACA. Soy la hija mayor de dos padres inmigrantes que inmigraron aquí de México. Cuando yo vine a este país tenía tan solo 11 meses. Ahora soy madre de una niña de 2 años. Y desde los 11 meses, mis padres tienen más de 30 años en este país sin un estatus migratorio legal. Aún así, sin ser ciudadanos, ellos han salido adelante. No ha sido fácil, pero Dios no nos ha abandonado. Y estoy aquí hoy representando a todos los que tienen DACA, los que no tienen DACA, que son de TPS, a los jóvenes que se acaban de graduar de las high schools que no pueden aplicar a DACA. Estoy peleando aquí por una reforma migratoria y una renovación para el registro. Desde el año 1986 no ha habido una reforma migratoria y es tiempo que haya un cambio. Para mí, DACA vino a mi vida en el momento perfecto, me ha abrido muchas puertas. Gracias a DACA yo he podido ir a la universidad. Me gradué de la Universidad de Santa Cruz, California. Estudié ley y estoy muy agradecida por este programa porque me ha brindado muchas oportunidades. Pero a la misma vez me ha dado mucha ansiedad porque este programa ha sido atacado por los políticos. Los congresistas nos usan este programa, DACA, lo usan como ficha para su agenda política y nuestras vidas no son un juego. Necesitamos algo permanente, no algo temporal que tenemos que estar renovando cada 2 años. Mirar a las cámaras y mandar un mensaje a los congresistas que ya no usen nuestras vidas, las vidas de nuestros hijos, de nuestros padres, como ficha para su agenda política, que hagan algo para que cambien el registro y puedan darnos green cards, ¿verdad? Ciudadanía a todos los inmigrantes, 11,000 inmigrantes indocumentados, a nuestros padres, gracias a mis padres que estoy aquí, que estamos aquí por nuestros padres, ellos son los Dreamers originales, ¿verdad? Gracias a sus sacrificios estamos aquí y también estamos aquí peleando por ellos, porque no para con DACA. DACA nos abrió puertas, pero es temporal y va a seguir siendo temporal y necesitamos algo permanente que no juegue con nuestras vidas, que podamos planear nuestras vidas sin mucha incertidumbre. Yo quisiera seguir mis estudios y obtener una maestría en psicología, pero no puedo aquí en este estado de Texas. Me moví de California a Texas hace 2 años y lamentablemente Texas es el estado que menos apoya a los Dreamers, pero de todos modos estamos aquí luchando y vamos a seguir luchando y tengo fe en Dios que con la fuerza de todos y con nuestros congresistas vamos a poder hacer un cambio que nos proteja a nosotros y a nuestras familias. Gracias a todos.
and our community members and legal advisors are leaving the courthouse. We're going to pause here so we can welcome Nina, one of the attorneys with the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund, MALDEF. MALDEF is leading the appeal, and Nina represented our communities in the arguments today. Thank you for joining us, Nina.
Good afternoon. My name is Nina Perales. I'm an attorney with MALDEF, the Mexican American Legal Defense and Educational Fund. I and my colleagues represent DACA recipients who are in this lawsuit to defend DACA. Today's hearing was about the challenge to the Biden administration's new DACA rule that went into effect last October 2022. That new DACA rule, as well as the DACA memo that preceded it from 2012, is being challenged by Texas and a number of other states as illegal. And what Texas and the other challenger states want is to get a court order ending DACA. Today's arguments, as I mentioned before, are about the new Biden administration rule. And our arguments started off first with pointing out that Texas has shown no injury to itself or any other state as a result of DACA. In fact, DACA recipients contribute and create benefits to every state in which they live. And because Texas and no other state has traced $1 of injury or any other type of harm to themselves, this case should not be in court at all. Texas and the other states lack standing to sue, and we should not be in court at all having to defend DACA. Moving past the standing issue, we argued today that DACA is a lawful exercise of the executive discretion over immigration. The executive department, the executive branch of government, is given discretion to make decisions like allowing somebody to have deferred action, like allowing somebody to have work authorization, advanced parole, and all of these other things. Right. It is a legitimate exercise of governmental authority. And the fact that Texas does not agree is a policy disagreement. Texas cannot take from the federal government what is the federal government's authority to enforce the immigration system, to administer the immigration system. That is a federal prerogative. It is not a state prerogative. And despite Texas's political disagreement with DACA, that does not give it the right to overturn DACA nationwide, which is what Texas is seeking. A lot of the arguments today were very technical and very legal arguments, but what is at stake here is very real and very urgent. There are 580,000 current DACA recipients who are living, working, going to school in the various states in the United States. They are also taking care of their families, their siblings, their parents, their communities. They are the linchpin of the tech industry, of medicine, of law, of community organizations. And for all of those reasons, DACA should continue. Thank you very much. We're going to have a few comments in Spanish, similar, from Samantha Serna Uribe, who is also an attorney with MALDEF.
Buenas tardes, yo me llamo Samantha Serna Uribe, soy una de las abogadas representando a los beneficiarios de DACA que se presentaron argumentos hoy al Judge Haynen sobre el caso que archivó o presentó el Estado de Texas sobre el nuevo regulación o regla del DACA. Hoy Texas pidió que el juez decide que DACA es ilegal. Nosotros presentamos por parte de los beneficiarios de DACA de que DACA es legal que es un ejercicio del poder del gobierno federal, que Texas no puede bloquear ese poder del gobierno federal y de que Texas no ha demostrado lo que es necesario para presentar esta demanda. Y eso es que no han demostrado ningún tipo de daño por parte de los beneficiarios de DACA. Lo que la evidencia demuestra es que los beneficiarios de DACA son muy buenos para nuestra economía, presentan y ayudan a nuestras comunidades, a nuestras organizaciones, a nuestra economía, que hay mucho más beneficios a los DACAs y tenerlos en nuestro país y merecen una defensa fuerte en corte. Nosotros presentamos al juez también que los problemas o el daño que es posible con esta decisión es muy importante, que prevenimos el daño que puede causar, no nomás a los beneficiarios de DACA, pero también a las comunidades, a las familias, a los hijos que tienen papás y mamás que son beneficiarios de DACA, que es muy importante que el juez niega el caso y no acepta la invitación de Texas de bloquear lo que es legal y lo que es el poder del gobierno federal. Gracias.
For the translation as well. I just want to say it's clear that DACA is not enough for our communities. What's more, members of Congress continue to use fear and threats to divide our communities because they know we are stronger together. We must resist white supremacy culture. We must dismantle white supremacy systems, and we must work together for a future where we can all live safely and thrive. We will now hear from Karina Ruiz, DACA recipient and defendant intervener in Texas versus U.S. here with the Arizona Dream Act Coalition. Woo!
Karina Ruiz, she hails ella del Estado de Mexico with Oaxacan roots. Very proud of that. I'm the executive director of the Arizona Dream Act Coalition. I hold in my heart and right now standing in front of you the thousands of dreamers from Arizona. I come to represent them with honor and the dreamers in the nation. I'm a mother of 3 and yes, I was a high school student once, but now I am a grandmother of 3 as well. I became a grandma waiting for the Dream Act and waiting for an immigration reform that would give the pathway to citizenship to my parents. As mentioned prior, the ones that dream of a better life first. I'm here to tell you that as I was sitting in that courtroom and I listened to the arguments from Texas, I saw that they were nervous and I saw that they were intimidated. They were not prepared. The room was packed with our people, with our energy, with the energy of our ancestors, because we are on the right side of history. We know that DACA is here to stay, that there is no harm caused to any state, from Texas, California, all the way to Florida, all the way north, south, there's no harm. The harm that is going to be caused to our families if DACA is ended. We must make sure that it does not end. People have their jobs, people have homes, they're part of the economy, and it would be a disaster on the business economy if DACA is ended. We're here to support. We're going to come back again and again. We're going to do whatever it takes to continue defending the program and make sure that we send a message to Congress that citizenship for the 11 million is a must happen. We will not tolerate that states like Texas diminish the value of the contributions of DACA recipients. We have dreamers that do not have DACA right now, and their lives are on hold. This is unacceptable. The harm that these young people are suffering is unacceptable. That's why we're going to continue fighting. We want you to join us, so go to our social medias to know the call to action, to call your Congress members, to let them know what solution they can take to help us fix this. Pass the Dream Act and also change the registry. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your candor and vulnerability, Karina. Today's hearings highlight the constant attack our communities are under without permanent protections. Here with Fiel is Cesar. Give it up.
So thank you for having me today. I am proud and honored to stand with you all today. I come to you as a dreamer, as a DACA recipient. Been here for way more than I should mention in public. We've been here for more than 30 years. I am also the son of a U.S. Citizen's son, and I don't want my son to grow with the same fear that I grew up, which is not knowing if dad is going to come home at night. And so I'm fighting for him, but I'm also fighting. Many people have asked us, so when are you guys going to be here? So when are you going to give up the fight? And the answer is not just when we get a permanent path for DACA recipients, but when we get a path for all of our community, all of our extended family, and everybody who has given the United States their sweat, blood, and tears, and unfortunately are still not recognized. So we're here not only today for DACA recipients, but for every single person that deserves a path, a dignity, and a path to the American dream. So today marks just one step, but we will be here, we will be at the 5th Circuit, we will be at the Supreme Court, and we will be there after to fight the next battle that our community has to fight, because it's not just about DACA. It's about healthcare and about what every single person needs in order to fulfill the American promise of a life with liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So mi nombre es César Espinosa y estoy aquí porque no solamente estoy aquí como un recipiente de DACA, pero estoy aquí como un padre representando a estos 250,000 jóvenes, niños, ciudadanos americanos que se quedarían sin un padre si nosotros somos deportados. No solamente se trata de nosotros, pero se trata de nuestra comunidad entera. Mucha gente nos pregunta, ¿hasta cuándo va a terminar la lucha? La lucha va a terminar hasta que toda nuestra comunidad en su enteridad reciba la dignidad y el respeto que todos nos merecemos. So, no solamente estamos aquí por nuestro futuro, estamos aquí por el futuro de aquellos que vienen detrás de nosotros y nuestros padres y nuestras personas que vinieron antes de nosotros, que le dieron a este país algo que no tiene precio. Su juventud, su sudor, su sangre, todo lo que han hecho para hacer este país lo que es. Y no pararemos de luchar hasta que no se cumpla esa promesa de que los Estados Unidos es el lugar a donde se puede conseguir el sueño americano. Gracias.
Thank you so much for that powerful testimony, Cesar. From the courts to insufficient resources, DACA is continually under attack. Immigrant communities need permanent solutions in the form of a pathway to citizenship. We demand our humanity and dignity to be recognized, and we remain committed to our collective liberation, even as Republicans in Congress try to tear us apart. Thank you all for being here today and always in the fight and in this movement. We have Isaias Guerrero from the Community Change joining us now. Give it up for Isaias!
All right, ¿se puede? Sí, se puede. ¡Ay, suita! That's right. Well, my name is Isaias Guerrero, and I'm originally a DACA recipient from Colombia. I've been in this country for 23 years, and I work for Community Change, which is a group that fights for the dignity and the betterment of not only immigrants, but just low-income and working-class people all across the United States. What I'm here to share is just that DACA is about democracy. How many of us were able to join the walkers from Miami to DC, did hunger strikes in 2010, were 20 days without eating, and finally that gave the product of DACA, that was the child of a movement that took tactics from the civil rights movement and has been able to provide to so many of us an opportunity to have a better life. I am now 38 years old and I am a homeowner, and I've been able to put some deep roots in this country, supported 4 of my U.S. citizen family members, and have been able to call this country another part of my home. So today, as we fight for democracy, we've heard some beautiful arguments by the MALDEF team who said that DACA is legal and DACA is here to stay. DACA is here to stay. And we will continue fighting not only for DACA to stay, but for the 11 million people like my father who's undocumented, who hasn't been able to go back to his home, to bury his loved ones, to bury his brother and sister, and who needs the right to go back to his country, to have a work permit, and not have the fear of being deported. So as we continue fighting for the 800,000 DACA recipients, we are committed to fighting for the 11 million, to make sure that we tell those politicians in both aisles that are playing with our lives, that's supposed to use dignity as a way of getting political bonus points with their acts, that don't have any sort of dignity, but rather more money for funds in the border, more money for interior enforcement. We tell those politicians that they do not represent democracy, that they need to listen to our communities who are saying registry right now and citizenship for the 11 million now. So that's what I'm here to say. That's what we are here as a community. We're fighting for democracy, for the 11 million, and for our better country for everyone. Thank you so much.
Just one thing, I did want to recognize Victor. Victor, say hello. Victor walked up from the street, and he's one of those DACA recipients that's building Houston every single day. So let's give it up for Victor. And then I just want to acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you do, Victor. And then we want to say, to close out, we want to say, oh.
Alrighty, thank y'all so much for y'all's wonderful energy. Today's hearing has ended, and we thank you all for showing up and showing out. We know that we are stronger together. Isn't that right? And despite the efforts of people in power, we will not be divided.